We got some breaking news for y'all. Hey, they just raided the doctor office where she got the surgery done at. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Listen to this video. It shocked me because first thing I said was, hold on. From what the footage is showing, dude, he took all the bags up there already. He was waiting at the door for her. And then she came up there. He thought that it was more people getting out of the Uber because you know how when you hitch a ride with the Uber, y'all know the Uber, they can pick up multiple people who getting dropped off at multiple locations. So he thought the other people was finna get out of the car. The other people didn't get out the car. Next thing you know, and this is what kind of upset me, he was already waiting at the room and he kept on getting impatient. Next thing you know, she instantly come up to the room by herself. Hey, where's your friends? She was like, all these are my bags. Next thing you know, he say, okay, that's cool. Do you want me to take the bags in the room? She looked at him like, no, I'm good. You can leave the bags at the door. He said, no, I insist. She didn't think of nothing. Next thing you know, she looked back. He pushed her in the room. He rolled the bags all in the room. Literally, he set the bags up in there. He kind of like brushed up in there. Is what I'm calling it from what they showing. She go to the room. She turned on the AC because it's the summertime and it's hot outside. Next thing you know, thank you, I'll see you later, because she gave him a tip. Once he saw her go in that bag and put the money in the safe, y'all know every hotel room has a safe. And in the safe, it shows the keypad where you can type in a code. She put the money in the safe after she gave him the tip. Next thing you know, he said thank you, but he looked her up and down like kind of eccentric, a little bit odd, you guys. So next thing you know, he walk out the room. He pull the gold cart. He get on the elevator. He go down to the bottom of the hotel. He tell his friend that's been working there for almost 7 years, that's the only person he trusts.
And he's been working at the valet desk because the valet is the first person that sees people when they pull up to the hotel. She just left the medical center, and when she walked into there, the first thing that they asked her is her last name and the address of where she's staying at that night. They're not supposed to ask you what hotel you staying at. They just need to verify it's the same address as the card on file. So that way, when you go there, it's the same person and the IDs match up and everything like that. But they know exactly where she gonna be staying. You basically, when you book the appointment to go there, the hotel is right across the street. So they know that she's gonna be coming back with the anesthesia, fresh, loopy, and everything like that. So after the dude put the bag in, he seen the tip, she goes back down to get something out of the car, and that's when the interaction at the elevator occurs. The footage shows that they went into the elevator and it opens up at the wrong floor. Everything after that is where the power outage happens and the footage gets blurry because due to the fact that when somebody doesn't walk into the hallway or into the room, they got the automatic lights. If the sensor doesn't go off, it's not gonna record nothing. The lights don't turn on. You can't see anything if nobody walks into that hallway or nothing like that. So that's how they know she got off at the wrong floor. They booked her for the room that had nobody else on the floor so that if somebody was actually trying to escape or anything like that, you can't knock on none of the people's doors that's over there that's staying in the hotel and everything like that. This is not the place where the tourists go in Miami. This is across the street from a medical plaza. Nobody's there. This whole place is not somewhere that people are going and actually having it busy and anything like that. It's quiet and eerie in there, man. JackyOh was all up in there with no security, surrounded by all these people who could be trying to be a thirst trap for what's in that safe, or knowing for the fact that she just came back from the place across the street and they know the kind of stuff that goes on over there.
Why would you book a flight for your girl $2,000 for a round trip, first class, to a surgeon with 1 star, but she get a 5-star hotel. That don't make sense. It don't add up. Dude got 1 star, and dude was strict on his prices. He charged what he charged, and he ain't taking none less. I want you guys to understand the cockiness this man had when he spoke out and basically said that JackyOh was a little bit too rude while she was in there, so he couldn't get the procedure done the way that he wanted to get it done.
He tried to charge her extra for the BBL, and that's where everything went wrong, because DC Young Fly wasn't there to negotiate with her. They got mad at the fact that BBL is supposed to be part of the makeover, but they over here trying to add an extra 50K on top of it. And so when she said that she was gonna come back and that they was gonna have to give the receipt and she was gonna send it to the accountant and everything like that, that's when they changed the whole attitude on her, man. They did not like her after that, because a lot of the people gotta understand is that they really only have 3 to 4 people that come there a year, and they charge them $100,000 every time they do a procedure. So they only need 4 people to make $500,000. And so when she's saying that she's gonna go to the folks, show them the receipts, the fact that they try to rip her off with the BBL, when the makeover, the mommy makeover, is multiple things at once. The BBL is a single item off the menu. So when she gets the combo, they trying to add her extra, like for the sauce packets and the size and everything like that. And so this is what made her want to go back to the hotel room immediately, because she needed to, first of all, she needed to go to the safe and get some bread, because she knows that them people are not going to give her the rest of the anesthesia, the rest of the operation without having the bread there, because she don't want to have to come back and go to a second place and he don't know how to do the work that the doctor just did, the way that this guy did. It's like a mechanic. You cannot trust mechanics and the certain type of doctors and stuff like that, especially the ones that don't have the full-blown license. You could trust a lot of people who know a lot and went to school for years and years and years and stuff, but unless you actually got the experience and the know-how to do exactly what needs to be done, you cannot say that them people is the ones that you have to go to, man. And mechanics and these people, it's the same thing. They do a lot of shady stuff. They know the lemons. They know the real versus what they finessing. And this whole thing is that they tried to finesse JackyOh because they know that she DC Young Fly's baby mama. And now everybody after seeing that video, they wondering, okay, so maybe this is why he sent her out to Miami with no security guard. The person who knows exactly who she was with and who she isn't is the baby daddy. He knows that she don't got nobody to be there protecting. I don't care if the sister is with her, the cousin, the mother, or anybody, the babysitter. There's no trained security guard there, so whatever that the people was planning on doing to her could get away with it if there's no person to stop them from actually doing what they want to do. They don't have cameras. It's laws saying that they can't have cameras watching you walk up into the room. That's an invasion of the Privacy Act.
Because people have realized, sit right there and look at you. It could be somebody who's thirsty for money and they can see you going there with chains, bags, and stuff. They gonna want that. They gonna need that. They gonna take that. I want y'all to understand, man. That's why they always say you cannot walk through the hotel hallways unless you got security, man. Because JackyOh, she had too much money. And I know for a fact, why would she just let the bellhop take her bags all the way up to the room and he knows she the only one in the room by herself? Like, it's not a coincidence. And the only person who grabbed the bags out of the Uber was the dude with the gold, y'all know, the roller cart with the gold hoops on it. That's what they put her bags on. Once they put her bags on there,
JackyOh. And now that we hearing the fact that everybody that's inside that city that actually interacted with her knew for a fact that she did not come there with any luggage or bags on her when she went into the facility. Like, they gotta make you leave everything in your car before you go there. She did not drive there, so whoever gave her a ride there is the person that was waiting for her back up. Because 9 times out of 10, when these celebrities is moving around, going around in these big cities and everything like that, they gonna have the driver park outside and wait in the car until they done doing whatever they gotta do and come back out. And so whoever was waiting in the parking lot, they started getting nervous because they'd seen that she did not come out. So when they went to go see what was up, that's when they realized that they was panicking on the inside, trying to figure out what they should do with it, because they realized that she wouldn't open her eyes and everything. And so they were really trying to look at the fact like, okay, the emergency contact listed on there was her sister and DC Young Fly. They tried to reach out to them and try to get them to come immediately, but they on the phone with them instead of trying to do the mandatory procedure on her, because you have to go and do the CPR when there's somebody right there. Like, this is a protocol, and that's why they saying that the place should have been shut down.
And we all know, in all actual reality, it's not a coincidence. If y'all know that JackyOh was set up by somebody, we don't know who it was, because it had to been a setup. Because one thing, if you pay attention to the clues that the investigators stated, they specifically looked at the fact that the door, it had the fingerprints on there, but the fingerprints came back inconclusive when they tested them with DC Young Fly people. I want y'all to really understand what's going on, because JackyOh's sister, she already said, as soon as they came in the room, they said she wasn't even in the surgery. 10 minutes after, she went right into the hotel room. She up there for about an hour. Next thing you know, they came in with a key. Y'all gotta understand, they came in with their own key. So it's like, by them coming in with the key, like, and I kinda agree with her sister on this one, and I take her side on this one for one reason. In all actual reality, nobody's finna come in that room unless you gave them a key. So did DC Young Fly give her a key? Cause did DC Young Fly have a key? Because they said she was the main one arguing with this man. So did he go to the front desk and tell them, my wife is upstairs, I don't know what room she in, but she used our debit card, and it's basically like, I'm just trying to talk to my wife. DC Young Fly asked them people these specific questions. He said, she up there with anybody? He thought she was in the hotel with somebody else, and it's like, he didn't come by himself, because the people that was with him, they kept telling him like, man, just ask the clerk, man. Ask the clerk. Next thing you know, they give him the key after he gave them her first and last name. All we know is he went and got on that elevator. He went upstairs, he called her phone as soon as he got off the elevator instead of calling her phone when he got to the building, because if you call somebody's phone, as soon as you get to the building, you instantly gonna instantly get in touch with them, and they gonna instantly get ready. They gonna do what they gotta do so that they can let you in. Y'all gotta really understand what's going on, because in all actual reality, her mother she not too happy about this man. It's sad that they had to witness this. She shouldn't have been getting no surgery from the beginning, because she already was bad. She already looked it good.
And you're not supposed to hop on no flights right after that surgery, especially how soon it was. When she told the man that she had the flight to catch, they rushed up and tried to hurry everything up and trying to stitch it back up, man. But the thing is you're not supposed to rush anything like this, man. They was operating with a learner's permit. They didn't have the full license, and that's why everybody's coming to their front doors with the signs and picket fence telling them that they should be at least for the weekend until the medical examiners and them do the report, because when the forensics come back, they're going to figure out exactly how much time was passed. At first, they said that it happened while she was still on the table. Then they tried to say that she left and went to the hotel room, and then that's where they found her and everything like that. Like, they was knocking on the door trying to make the bed and clean up the place, and nobody answered, and they had to use the key card to get in. Whoever has access to the key card to that facility and to that hotel room, they have to spin back around and ask them the questions again, because I don't think that they actually figured out exactly the role that everybody was playing.
So you mean to tell me she didn't fall out or pass out or anything? Then no complications in the Uber that she took because she didn't have her own car. So she took an Uber from the doctor's office to the hotel. Nothing happened. Soon as she get in the hotel, something happened. Who was in the hotel? Who was waiting on her? And a lot of people say that Chico Bean, he not too happy about this. Chico Bean looking at Carlos Miller like, man, I'm mad this had to happen to my boy, man. And y'all already know when something happens to your homie girl, you gonna feel it too because that's your homie's girl. Y'all gotta really understand this, man, because in all actual reality, she had too many people to take care of. And she was the only one cleaning up and washing the dishes while DC Young Fly was gone out of town. This is something we all can really pay attention to because DC Young Fly, he can't take care of all them kids by himself. He can't do that, man. In all actual reality, he's gonna need a babysitter when the mother could have been right there because she didn't need no surgery or nothing because she was perfectly fine when she left the surgery. Nothing happened on her way from the surgery. As soon as she get in the hotel room, only person that she saw within the middle of all of this in this conjunction when it occurred, from what the DA and the examiner's reports is saying, the autopsy is reading that she real live, like, talked to only one person, which is the housekeeper. The housekeeper. Y'all gotta understand the housekeeper, man. The housekeeper was the only one who got a key card to the door.
Exactly, and the sister was trying to find the footage because if they would just play the fact that she walked out of that safe and everything like that, then everybody would know that, okay, they could rule them out the question and that it must have been a complication with something that she took. But the thing is that that's not what's going on. The maintenance man that was inside the building that was working on that ladder, they saw him disconnect the cameras. So the fact that they don't have the footage of her walking out, so nobody's gonna know if they actually carted her out or how she left or anything like that. It could have been to where that surgery was supposed to take at least 12 hours. And so she could have been up inside that building for at least 2 days before they decided to tell the ambulance and the outside world and the whole entire news station to come down and see what happened. Because in Wild and Out, DC Young Fly was on set. He gets off set after telling the Freestyle Friday and everything the joke, and he goes backstage and Nick Cannon telling him that it's an emergency at home and he needs to go right away. He went to the kids. He thought that it was something at home, like literally at the house. So he went back to the baby mama's crib to find out she was out of town. They said that they left lunch sacks and everything like that, and the summer for the whole entire summer school, but that she was in Miami. So he took the next first class private jet all the way out to Miami. He tried to get everybody, all the Miami rappers, Flow Rider, Pitbull, and everything to help them find out exactly where she could have actually been. And by the time he pulled up into the parking lot of the place, him and the Uber driver and the sister and everything was out in the lobby, and he knew that something was up by the fact that they had their arms crossed and they was thinking deep in their head, walking around pacing like what they was gonna do, man.
A lot of people sit back and they look at this like, did DC Young Fly do something to his own girl? Did DC Young Fly? And this is something that they saying in the streets of Atlanta. And I know for a fact that Houston, they're not too happy about what happened because he got to come to Houston to do stand-up comedy shows. And everybody in Houston, they rock with JackyOh. You got to understand, Glorilla, she said that that was one of her favorite comedian girls that was on Wild 'N Out. This is something that we know JackyOh's sister, she sit back and look at everything for what it is. She said, my sister went out there, ain't nobody protect her, ain't nobody sit there and do what they had to do. And DC Young Fly, he was just sitting there, just watching everybody do what they real life wanted to do, and didn't go out there and help that girl, man. They should have went out there and helped her, man. At the end of the day, man, this is a revolving door. We gotta open our eyes and understand what's really going on, because we know for a fact that the doctor explained why did Miss JackyOh plastic surgery complications start happening once she finally got to the hotel.
Exactly, and when you do plastic surgery, you're not supposed to put an actual plastic bag in people. Like, what you gotta understand is that when you have the learner's permit, it's different than the actual operations. Like, a lot of people realize that you have to have a Class C whole operating thing to get a facility like this. And so the fact that he had people on the inside and he had people who was cutting corners and doing favors, this is the reason why Carlos Miller never went to that place to get his beard treated.
And we all know for a fact that Carlos Miller, he was the main one who told them, like, man, I'm at the barbershop. I'm trying to take care of my business. Next thing you know, Carlos Miller, he get up out the chair, and it really hurt me so bad, man. And I'm really sad because Carlos Miller already said that DC Young Fly, he already spoke about the mummy makeover, and he said that the money that he spent was well spent money. And all I kept trying to figure out was, why would you say that? And your baby mother is the main one who told everybody she was going out there. Next thing you know, she gets sent up. What did dude put in that anesthetics when he instantly put her on that table?
Exactly, and B Simone is right there, like, trying to figure it out too, because when she went up there, she was trying to like actually go there to have the sister lean on her. They were trying not to cry, man. Because when DC Young Fly arrived and they told him that they already transported her to somewhere else. Like, they took her all the way to Fort Lauderdale because that's where they have the whole veterans and everything. Like, she a celebrity, they gonna rush them to the place that has the proper equipment and everything like that. The place that they was at, it was already reviews and reports saying that this was a 1-star location, man. And by the time they had the motorcade and everything in there, they already had everything to where they had the hearses right there in the back parking lot of the whole building of where everything was going on.
And everybody really know that this is something that we all can really pay attention to, because when them females going out there, they don't know what type of thing they finna get into. And a lot of people sit back and look at it like, okay, we ain't gotta real life, just sit there and do this, do that. No.
And DC Young Fly, at first, they was trying to figure out exactly where everybody is, man. Because DC Young Fly, he said he was in Duluth at the house. DC Young Fly and Miss JackyOh got a $960,000 house in Duluth, man. And so he's not in Atlanta. A lot of people who thought he was in LA or he was in Atlanta, they really think that because of the fact that the Nick Cannon Wild 'N Out sets is in the major cities like that. But the fact that it took him 3 hours before the whole operation, he was on the phone with her. The last Instagram live that JackyOh did, she was trying to tell DC Young Fly that she really needed him to come down there because she did not fully be comfortable with everything that was inside there. When she went in and met the people and actually met the nurses and everything like that, she realized that it was not like it was on the video that she saw. When she seen the promo clip of the place and how Blac China and Cardi B and everybody was actually, when they had things done, it looked good. And so she thought that it was going to be quick and swift and everything like that. But when they told her to hold on, they still had to prep and clean everything off and sterilize it. That's when she started thinking, like, do I need to call my sister back in here to pick me up, or is this going to be done soon? They tried to make sure that she did not get a hold of the sister, because if she would, the sister would have been right there next to her. So they separated everybody from her. Like, the fact that they couldn't actually remove, if DC Young Fly came or if anything happened to where they was calling her phone, they wasn't going to be able to hand it over to her.
Because all lines of communications was lost. And we can all really pay attention to the fact that DC Young Fly, man, he not okay. People think that he okay, he not okay. He just lost his girl, man. And in all actual reality, the hotel, we already know for a fact that Nick Cannon They said that Nick Cannon had a room in the hotel